Hello, my name is Attorney Annabelle Catania, and I'm here to speak to you today about alimony. As of July 1st, 2023, there were some major changes to our alimony. In the state of Florida now, we have an alimony statute as of that date. It also redefined periods of marriage. So in the state of Florida, a marriage that is in length from 1 to 10 years, that is considered a short-term marriage. A marriage from 10 to 20 years is considered a medium-length term marriage, and a marriage over 20 years is considered long-term. In marriages that are anywhere from 1 to 20 years, there is no presumption that anyone is going to get alimony. There is a presumption for marriages over 20 years. What that means is the court has an assumption that one of the parties in a marriage over 20 years will receive alimony. Alimony is determined by a need of one spouse and an ability to pay by the other. Just because a spouse has a need, if the other spouse does not have the ability to pay, there will not be any alimony received by either party. While there is a presumption for alimony in a marriage that is over 20 years in length, there is another thing that everybody has to consider, and that is need and ability to pay. One spouse has to have the need, and the other spouse has to have the ability to pay. If you're in a marriage over 20 years or in any other marriage length that you're making an alimony claim, if a spouse does not have a need, there is no alimony going to be paid by the other spouse. You cannot have any savings components as a request for alimony, so that is one thing to also consider. If you do have a need, but your spouse does not have the ability to pay, the judge may reserve and issue a nominal amount of alimony, such as $1, in order to preserve your right to a claim of alimony so that you can go back to the court in later years to seek a modification of that amount. Sometimes spouses do hide their income, and so in situations like that, that is great. In marriages that are from 0 to 20 years, there's no presumption that alimony will be paid. That doesn't mean you can't necessarily make a claim. Anything under 2 to 3 years, I would say that's probably you're not going to get an alimony award. But there might be circumstances that allow that to happen. We have several different types of alimony, such as bridge the gap alimony, which allows a family to bridge the gap between married life to single life. We also have rehabilitative alimony, and that's for a spouse to be able to go back to school or maybe take classes or certifications to be able to increase their job skills so that once those things are done, they're able to support themselves. We also have a lump sum alimony award, which allows a court to order a lump sum payment of alimony, and that might be through getting something more out of an account that was in equitable distribution to complete an alimony award. And we also have what we call durational alimony, and that's for a specified period of time, not to exceed the length of the marriage, and there's some other rules that get involved with that. If you have any questions about spousal support or alimony, we would love to help you here at Legal Counsel PA. Please give us a call.